My name is Sercy and welcome to my YouTube channel. This evening's practice will be for healing anxiety that we're feeling in the body. So roll out your yoga mat, and for this set we're going to need 2 yoga blocks, any size will do. Bring your hands together and rub them to create heat in between the palms. Place them at the center of your heart and inhale for Om. Inhale again. Inhale one more time. Place your hands on your knees, cross-legged position, and begin doing seated spinal twists. So inhale, bring your spine forward. Exhale, go back. Inhale, spine moves forward. Exhale, spine moves back. And you're just rotating your spine on top of your pelvis. Breathe deeply as you're doing this. Make sure your breath is not being caught anywhere in your chest or your abdomen. Inhale, switch the position of your legs so the opposite leg is on top, and move your spine in the opposite direction. Same thing, inhale forward, exhale, go around, inhale forward, exhale back. We're just warming up the body here, no need to move very, very fast. Just really slow down your breathing, slow down your mind. Cross your legs to the original position and begin to flick out your fingers as though there's water on them. Flick them out, get all the energy out of your hands, whatever is being stored up in your fingertips, your arms, your muscles. Next, place your hands on your knees and inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears and drop them. Inhale, exhale, drop them down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, raise your hands up over your head, and exhale, melt all the energy into the yoga mat. Inhale, raise your hands high up. Exhale, release your hands to the ground. Inhale one more time, hands raise up. Exhale, bring them down. Place your hands on your knees and begin to do spinal flexions from side to side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring your arm above your head and move to the left. Exhale, inhale, bring the other arm to the right. Exhale, back and forth. Really stretch into the side body here. Relax all of your muscles. Feel grounded and release the anxious energy. Come to move so your legs are out straight on your mat. Feel free to massage the length of your legs. Shake out your knees, your ankles, crack your toes if you need to. I know I always do. Bring your legs and your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Begin to massage the soles of your feet. Feel if there are any sore spots or tender spots. Be gentle here, you don't want to hurt yourself. Cross your legs and begin to massage the space just on the outside of your shin, where the tibia is. So it's not the top of your shin, but just on the other side. There are some tender spots here, and then feel free to massage in between the big toe and the middle toe. There's another spot here that's linked to the liver meridian, and it releases a lot of anxiety and uncomfortable feelings that we have in the body, in my body. I know this helps me a lot. Come into tabletop position, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Begin doing a slow cat and cow to begin. Inhale, arch your spine up for cat, and then exhale, arch your spine down. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Begin to pick up the pace with your cat and cow. Release the neck. Try not to hold any tension in your neck, but you also don't want to flopping around. Don't hurt yourself. Move the spine from side to side. You can move your hips like a banana. Turn your spine into a banana. Come to sit on your knees and tuck your toes under so you're sitting on your feet with your toes tucked. Stretch one arm out in front of you and pull your fingertips down so you get a nice forearm stretch. Continue with the other arm. And place your hands just on top of your thighs, resting together as you begin to feel the heat rising in your ankles and all of the fascia and the ligaments in your feet releasing and opening up. Sometimes when I'm feeling anxious, well, almost always, I get to be very in my head, in my mind, and I find that this asana can be quite relaxing. Release your toe squat and begin to hit the tops of your toes on your mat gently. Roll back on the tops of your ankles, stretching out your ankles and your feet. Now, this might seem kind of counterintuitive, but it feels nice. Come into forward fold immediately after. You can bend your knees a little bit if they're feeling a bit sore or tight. Place your hand in opposite elbow and rock back and forth, moving your hips slightly from side to side. You can bounce your spine a little bit. Now release your hands onto the mat and inhale, raise your hands up high, slight back bend, and then exhale, arms at your chest, hands in prayer. Inhale, arms come up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands in prayer, and fold forward. Walk yourself into downward facing dog. Exhale, plank. Inhale, cobra pose. Stay here for a little bit. Crack out your back if you need to, or make any adjustments. Inhale back to downward facing dog. I like to keep my head in between my elbows, not looking directly at my belly button or my feet, as I find that stretches out my neck too much. Inhale, three-legged dog, and exhale, bring your right leg into pigeon. Make sure that your back leg, your left leg, is square and your hips are centered. Fold forward, or if you're unable to do this at the moment, rest your hands onto the earth or your elbows and rest your head on your hands. Come as far as you would like to without overstretching. This pose is very good for the hips. I find that I hold a lot of tension in my hips when I'm feeling anxious. A couple more breaths. Release pigeon pose and bring your back leg, your left leg, onto your right leg for Gomukhasana. Raise your right arm and place it in between your shoulder blades as you move your left hand behind your back to hold on to your right hand. If you're unable to clasp your hands behind your back like this, feel free to hold on to your t-shirt, or if there's a strap nearby, to hold on to that instead. A couple of breaths here. This really opens up the chest. Release your hands and your arms. Move back into downward facing dog. Raise your left leg high into three-legged dog, and then move it forward for a pigeon on the left side. Again, make sure that your back leg is centered and not split out to the side or anything. Come forward on your hands or elbows or your forehead resting on the mat, and stay here for a few breaths. One more inhale. Exhale and rise. Place your right leg on top of your left leg for Gomukhasana on the other side. Raise your left hand. Place it in between your shoulder blades and clasp it with the other hand. Open up the chest here. Release the hips. Try to breathe not just into the tops of your lungs, but also into your abdomen, your ribs, and the tops of your lungs. Release Gomukhasana. Come into staff pose with your legs slightly apart and reach forward, bending from your hips, not from your back. Make sure that you bend only as far as that you feel a stretch in your hamstrings and not as much pressure in your lower back. If you're able to reach your toes, then hold on to your toes or your ankles. Bring your feet more together for the classic staff pose. Come forward a bit onto your mat. Place your hands behind your hips and lift up into reversed plank pose, strengthening your abdomen, your thigh, your glutes. Release this pose and begin to rock back and forth across your spine from your shoulders to your hips. Do this a few times. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale up, exhale, rock down. Inhale up, exhale, rock down. Now here at this point, I was feeling particularly anxious. So just rest one hand on your abdomen, one hand on your heart, and remind yourself that everything is going to be okay. And if it's not okay, then it's not the end. Sometimes I think that the world is against me, but it's actually working with me, and everything will be okay eventually. Grab your 2 blocks, place one of them on the medium side, and place it just underneath your spine, on the right underneath your shoulder blades on your spine. So like where the middle of your back, where a bra would be. And then place the other block on the lowest setting and place it under your head. Relax your legs out long. Open up your arms wide into a T so you get a nice stretch across your chest. Breathe deeply here. Stay here for a few more breaths, really opening up your chest and relaxing into the space. Forget about your body. Forget about the thoughts that you might be having. Focus on your breath. Cold through your nose, and then calming through your nose. Rise up and remove the blocks from under you. Move them off to the side. Lay back down on a flat spine. Your legs a few inches apart and your hands apart. You're a starfish. Rest here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, rock your spine up and down again. Your little ball rocking back and forth on your spine. Inhale, come up into a seated pose. We're going to do a little pranayama here at the end to close the practice. Bring your right hand, place your right thumb onto your right nostril and inhale through your left nostril. Exhale, close both nostrils. Hold both nostrils closed. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close both nostrils. Exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Repeat this alternate nostril breathing at your own pace. Inhale and take your last cycle of breath. Exhale, release this pranayama. Your hands are resting on your knees. Feel the air around you, subtle and calming. I hope you enjoyed this yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.